Good morning. Sunday. So I'm going to take a walk on my property. I want to talk about doing something when you got nothing to do. I remember when I first got out of college, I couldn't find a job. This is 30 years ago now. I sat in my mom and dad's room or in my bedroom at my mom and dad's house watching MTV. I majored in physics and math. So, you kind of, there's a point where you don't know what to do. It's easy when you're in college. They give you a schedule, you kind of do whatever you need to do, and you show up. Then when you get out and you can't find a job, you kind of don't know what to do. And it may not even, and it's not in what you prefer to do. So I was sitting around, it was summertime in Dallas, and some guy about my age came knocking on the door, and he was selling security systems door to door. And we weren't that interested in that, or I don't remember. But I asked him, hey, are they hiring? Of course, little to me, they'll hire anybody. So I went out and did that for 3 months or 6 months or whatever. And it was the best training, best schooling I ever had. I guess you could call it School of Hard Knocks, on-the-job training or whatever. And then I moved on to other things. I was a miserable failure at it. But I'll tell you, when I went to go and work at other jobs, they were so much easier. But I've always found that when you've got nothing to do, go out and find something to do. Because stuff ain't gonna fall in your lap sitting at home. I've lost jobs, sat around. First thing I do is I go volunteer somewhere. I went and helped a friend one time at his store and did that for a few months. Lisa gave me something to do. And then I ended up getting into doing real estate and everything that's ever come. Nobody's going to hire a person to go out there and learn how to rehab a house. You're going to have to learn how to do it for free. Well, I paid to do that. So I ended up buying houses and rehabbing. And that was part of the things I did, getting into apartments. But I've always had something going on. Nothing's ever fallen in my lap, sitting around waiting and doing nothing. And I kind of see from talking with people a lot. And look at this, isn't this great? This is my property. People sitting around waiting for something to fall in their lap. Sometimes what happens is something does fall in their lap. They think it's great. They go check it out, and it's a shovel. And shovel means you actually have to do some work to dig for what you want. Nothing in life is free. And if you want to find something and you want to change your life and make it better, you're going to have to go out and find it. And sometimes it means doing things you don't want to do. Sometimes it means going out and just exploring new opportunities. Get something, learn a new skill, if you've got nothing to do, learn a new skill, become proficient, become really good at something. Those are the way that your things happen and change your life. And that's what I've always seen happen in my life is when I've gone in a new direction, it's going out there and doing something new and different and learning. And it has always made me a better person. So anyway, I'm going to give you a little view. It's wintertime here, so the trees aren't out. We have lots of coyotes. I know we have at least 3 coyotes. We have 2 bobcats. I've seen a little baby one following its mama. skunks, possums, raccoons, pretty much anything. I mean, we got some big raccoons. I'm kind of afraid of them. I've seen what kind of damage they can do when they attack somebody. So I pretty much give them their freedom, let them do what they want. The coyotes are really neat. I guess it's like having a couple of dogs, 3 dogs, but they're kind of wild. We live on the edge of 2 golf courses, so I think what happens is all those coyotes, they spend the night out hunting. They kind of have their rounds they do. They spend their nights out hunting and then on the golf course, and they'll come here and hide out in the woods. They're here somewhere, but I'm thrashing around in the woods. I'll never see them. Usually I'll see them and walk right by my front door. So anyway, it's really good to talk to you. And this is just something for somebody who's got nothing to do. You know, go out and do something. Go volunteer. I think one of the most amazing experiences I had was volunteering at the food shelter, serving food. Because you see what life for others is really like. And, you know, even though we live in the greatest country in the world, and we have the greatest freedom, you can be without here. But the freedom means that you have the freedom to make something of what you want. But don't confuse freedom to do what you want without consequences. I've heard people say you can do whatever you want in life. You can be anything you want to be. And that may be true, but you also got to remember there's consequences for everything that you do. So if you go down the wrong road, just remember there's consequences. You could stand up and say things for free in this country, freedom of speech. That means you don't go to jail. Doesn't mean you can't get fired from your job. Anyway, here's a little bit of my area. Got a barn over there. There's my chicken coop. Or if I get it, there it is. It's pretty awesome out here. It's nice and take a fresh breath of air. Talk to y'all later.